lose their attention in 15 minutes. One time I took a course about memory and how to maximize your memory and speed reading and all these things. And in that course, the guy who's teaching the course said that if you're studying, don't go beyond 45 minutes. Because after that, your brain will shut and not get a single thing in. So if you're trying to cram for 3 hours in a row, beyond that 45 minutes, things start dropping dramatically. By the last 2 hours of your studying, you probably only got about 20% of what you read. So every 45 minutes, get up, do something. Change your physiology. Breathe, get up, walk around, do something. Don't go to Facebook because that will grab you and stay there forever. You know? Get up. Say subhanallah a couple of times. Go walk to the window. Look what's outside. Oh, this guy just fell out. Ah, that's funny. You know, do something. You know, get up and do something different a little bit. That when you do that, just for 5 minutes, that will rejuvenate you. Now imagine, just by doing that, imagine what the salah would do for you. Salah is amazing. After that, you go ahead and refocus again. Now here's the thing. What if? Okay, so my boss, and I said this a few days ago. I was like in an interview type of thing, and I said to the person, he says, what's your hope in the future when you go home? What's your tumuh? What's your dreams? And I said, you know what? I wish that people back home would have enough fear from Allah Azza wa Jal, or fear for Allah Azza wa Jal, that they would do their job to the fullest. That when they do something, they try to put 100% at least into it. Rather than coming in, walking in at 10 o'clock when you should be starting at 8, and you leave at 2 when you should be leaving at 4. And of course over there, subhanallah, now the prayers come taraweeh when you go to the dhuhr, because instead of just getting out of your routine, go and do salah and come back, they go ahead, they take an hour to shower, not even to take a wudu. You know, they overdo it. They do 1500 rak'ah for sunnah, even though they're supposed to be 4 before and after, subhanallah. And by the time they come back, they just wasted about an hour. Wallah, this is disease. This is something that we see back home. Where is everybody on Salat al-Dhuhr? I just prayed Salat al-Dhuhr in the masjid. Where is everybody? Oh, they're doing sunnah. Okay. I did sunnah. Where's everybody? They're doing tarawih. They went to Umrah. I don't know. So I said, I wish. He said, I said, I go to work as soon as I can. I drop off my kids as the earliest that I can. My kids are 8 o'clock at school because this is the earliest I can drop them. I am at work at 8:30 or 8:25 at the earliest because this is how long it takes me. I work there until the last minute I can, which sometimes goes all the way to 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. No, I've stayed there till midnight, but I try to get out of there at 6 o'clock every day because I need to see my kids. Because if my kids don't get the structure from me, and they're getting all of the dala and the spoiling from their mom, they're not going to get anything done. So, I need to go home. And yet, my professor is there before me, and he leaves after me. Well, I go Saturday and Sunday. He goes Saturday and Sunday. I can't overdo him. I can't do anything better than him. All right, you know what? That's his life. That's his job. If he doesn't do this, and he gets the next grant, in a couple of years from now, he's going to get the boot. Unless you get a big grant to land you and become an associate professor, you're going to get kicked out. Keep this in mind. If you're doing research and you want to volunteer or do any kind of research, professors come in as an assistant professor. Usually you come in as an assistant professor with a grant, a small grant, a startup grant. Either the school starts you up or you come with your own grant from outside. Within the next 5 years, you're non-tenured. Still, you're on tenure track, but you're not tenured yet. Which means you can get the boot any minute. So they have to work their rear end off. So finally they get another big grant, and they say, oh, well, you know, you published about 10 papers over the past 5 years. You got another $500,000, $2 million grant. We're going to keep you. Now you become an associate. We cannot fire you anymore until you retire. That's why everybody works like crazy. And this guy is doing it the same way. I wonder if 5 years from now, Or 3 years from now, if he gets tenured, he's going to do the same thing. One time he said, because I said, yeah, the kids are having, I need to go and study with my son. And he says, Ahmed, that's what schools are for. I send my kid to school, school teach him, school do anything. You should be reading. At home, you should be reading. On the weekend, you should be reading. Yes, I am. Sorry. He lives for that. His son is a tash. He's already, 27 years old or whatever, 25 years old. He doesn't care, about his son, and that's it. His wife has her own little business as a veterinary medicine. She just opened her clinic. So obviously she's busy in her thing. He's busy over his thing, and that's it. I'm sorry, I have kids that I need to raise. I have a wife that I want to see. I have me. Because what did Allah Azza wa Jal say? He says, لِجَسَدِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقٍّ. Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, one of the Sahabi, I think it's Abu Dharr, I cannot remember, came to him and actually came to Umar radiallahu anhu, or to Ali. Ali did the ruling on this, radiallahu anhu. Somebody was complaining, I don't see my husband. My husband is fasting all day long, and he's praying all night long, qiyam, and during the day he's working. I want talaq, ya Rasulullah. I don't want to be with this guy anymore. I don't want to be with him. I don't see him. What's the point of this? So Rasul ordered, as I said, this is two narrations. Ali radiallahu anhu ordered Rasul, and then Ali said something, and Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, you said the right thing. He said, no. لِرَبِّكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقٍّ. For Allah Azza wa Jal, there's a must that you have to meet for Allah Azza wa Jal. There are the rights of Allah Azza wa Jal that you have to meet. وَلِبَدَنِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقٍّ. And your body has its rights that you have to meet. وَلِأَهْلِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقٍّ. And your family has their rights upon you that you have to meet. فَأْتِ كُلِّ ذِي حَقٍّ حَقَّهُ. So meet. Everyone who has rights upon you, meet their rights. Complete their rights. So, we claim that Islam is a lifestyle, right? We say that Islam is a lifestyle. We say that to everybody. Islam is not just a religion. It's not something that you do on Sunday. It is a lifestyle. You're right. We eat a certain way. We naghtasal, we take showers a certain way. We do many things a certain way. But then, also, this Islam tells us how to manage our time as well. It tells you that every so many hours you have to take a break from the entire world and go meet Allah Azza wa Jal. And take a moment for yourself as well. Allah Azza wa Jal gave us the perfect schedule, and we are constantly trying to modify it and go around it. Last thing, self-control. So praying on time teach you self-control. And that's the toughest thing. For me to stop my reaction, to stop my cells, to stop whatever I'm doing, and say, it's time right now to stop whatever I'm doing, and go and do my wudu and go downstairs. That's very difficult. But here's the key word. If you cannot stop for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, do you think you're going to be stopping for your kids? Do you think you're going to be stopping for your family, for your wife, for your husband? Do you think you're going to be stopping for your mother? You're not. Because eventually your work is going to come ahead. And unfortunately, your work, well fine, it's work. Yeah, I might let it slide. What if Facebook is stopping you from all of this? What if chatting? What if you're on the phone with a friend who's having a crisis that it's not really much of a crisis, but you're sitting there, talking with them for an hour? That's the problem. This is why this is a difficult task. Today it is that we have to actually use this as a means for learning self-control. How do you control yourself? That you stop whatever you're doing and just take not hopefully 5 minutes, but at least give it 10 minutes between wudu and salah. You don't want to do the sunnah, don't do the sunnah, but at least do it. On my way back from the chapel where I pray, all the way, because I have to walk a long distance, I make it a habit. I just do what the sunnah is. You do so astaghfirullah, 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 and then you do all the different tasabih. But I also make sure that I read Ayat al-Kursi, and Qul Huwallahu Ahad, and Ma'awadatan. By the time I finally reach the stairs, I am done with almost all of them. By the time I walked into my lab again, I just had wudu, which physically just pulled my face all together back from whatever I was looking under the microscope. My eyes will feel much better, relaxed. I go and pray in sujood. You let all this negative energy and whatever discharges into the ground, just like a ground, electric ground. On my way back, I'm reading Quran. Subhanallah, look how much I accumulated of hasanat. And for every little step I took all the way so I can reach the prayer spot, Allah Azza wa Jalla rewarded me. You know, imagine if your boss, your professor, supervisor at work told you every 2 hours, come with me and tell me what you've achieved, because I'm paying you per hour. What do you think you're going to answer? You're either going to lie. No, I was not spending 15 minutes on the internet doing whatever. There's some places that tells you no internet, no phones, no whatever. I got few scolding words from my boss because I'm on the phone all the time. You know, every few whatever, I get a phone call from my wife, and it, you know, because kids or babysitters not coming or this or that, it happens. And he said, you know, please, I don't want to see you on the phone. He saw me one day, I'm going like this, I'm working with my hands. What is this, pipetting while you have the phone on your shoulder? You can't do that. You can make a mistake and need you focused. He's right. He's right. When I'm sitting here calculating these little tiny numbers and I could pipette the wrong thing, do something wrong, I will screw up my whole experiment. And he doesn't care about the money waste. He says, oh, seriously, my most expensive commodity is time. Subhanallah, he understands that. And the Quran says, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ. By time, mankind is going down. So imagine if just imagine every half an hour I have to go back and knock on his door and says, Bruce, so over the past hour I did this, I did that, I made these plates, I made that, I cultured these cells, I did this and this. Alright, good. Alright. Bruce, so I went to lunch and I saw a friend of mine and I sat there and chatted over that hour and a half, and on my way back here I remembered that I have to go pray, so I did, and then I stopped in the bathroom for about an hour and a half. And you wouldn't dare say that. That's the problem. We don't understand that these are checkpoints with Allah Azza wa Jalla. Take it as such, that this is a checkpoint with Allah Azza wa Jalla. This is how I'm trying to deal with it. Who wrote these few words that I'm reading from you, these little points? This is a mother with 2 kids, a doctor student who's running crazy to keep her husband in check. My wife wrote this. So, I said that I was going to reference her. She said only if it was good. So what do you want to do with your life? Very good answer. What do you want to do with your life? Again, I repeat few things that I said before. You've heard this. It's always refreshing to hear it again and again and again and again. I remind myself of it all the time. Ibn al-Qayyim said, كل نفس وكل عرق يخرج في الدنيا في غير سبيل الله سيخرج يوم القيامة حسرة وندامة. Every breath, every drop of sweat that will be spent by you in this dunya, in this life, will come on the day of judgment as hasra, guilt, wa nadama, or nadama, hasra, sorrow, and nadama, and guilt. يا ابن